And this hair that's just sitting inside the digest, just waving back and forth, pushing your food, pushing the macros, pushing the micros, and getting them down into the colon for you can eliminate them through the anus. So hair is very important. So if you're missing hair on the outside of your body, then that means you're missing hair where? And we're going to prove that the hair is the way you scan your environment. So we got to make sure that we pay attention to our hair. And that's why non-ether hair is important. That's why our hair grows towards the sun. That's where we get the Bantu locks from. We lock in that energy in. That's why black people must have their hair. Our hair was very religious. Our hair was very spiritual and very, very ancient, y'all. It really was. Like it was a whole ritual with our hair. We used to lay down and get our hair washed with juices and berries. Put a couple strawberries in there, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like hair is sacred because that's the only way you can decode and scan your environment. Because I'm showing y'all that the skin and the brain is the same thing, and through the hair of the skin and the brain, this is how you scan your environment, and you download all the information in your environment, and this have everything to do with why you sick. So my skin is a part of my brain. I need to make sure I ain't rubbing no lotion in there. You know, y'all, let me get the lotion. And look, the skin is so powerful, and it absorbs. Think about all the chemicals, the perfumes, the cologne, all of the moisturizer that you're putting in your skin is made with all these chemicals. You are literally, when you taint your skin, since your skin is made from the same cells of your brain, you're tainting what? Your brain. A lot of y'all be in school taking tests, wondering why you can't think straight because you got a whole thing of Vaseline on. Your brain can't breathe. You done clogged your whole brain up because you done put all the oil on your skin. I know that's funny, but that's some true stuff though. Think about it. Your skin is the largest organism. The skin is the largest thing on your body. It's the largest organ on your body. Not only is it excretory, meaning it produces things like sweat and stuff like that, but it absorbs things as well. So we got to be very, very careful about what we put in our skin. And if your skin is messed up, something is wrong with what? Y'all know what this is called? Holistic healing. Proteins. Again, I do not like the name protein, so we're going to call it simple amino acid structures. Can y'all say that? Simple amino acid structures. Y'all can't understand that you're vegan and you're plant-based, but I got one question. Where do you get your protein? Well, I be wondering. Hey, look, if nothing irritates me the most is that question, y'all. I'm telling y'all. That drive me up a wall. Because it's like, man, it's 2020 now. We should be already knowing that protein is not good for us. A neurotransmitter is impulses of electrical activity that shoots inside of your body that connects a certain part of your body with the other one. So say you need to walk. Guess what your brain gonna do? Your brain is gonna send messengers down to all the different cells inside of your leg because the body is made of cells, nerve, and lymph. All right, so the nerves is what communicates and commands the cells of the body. The lymphatic system is what cleanses the cells of the body. And the blood is what feeds the phytonutrients and oxygen to the cells of the body. So when you have melanin neurotransmitters, the melanin neurotransmitter, it runs throughout the body and it commands the body to do certain things. Like how I'm walking around, this is instant commands. It's telling my legs to move, so I'm moving. So it said that these melanin neurotransmitters are actually connected to the membrane receptors. So the skin or the hair scans the environment, then it gets the signal. The signal then tells the melanin neurotransmitter what to do with the body. So this shows you that the environment, how you receive your environment is actually what acts out your movement. Your environment is what's instructing you to do your movement. Your environment is what instructing you to think. How your environment is how it molds your thinking. So if your environment is the ghetto, the projects, cockroaches, I grew up around a lot of those. Used to bring them to school all the time. Ask my mama. We grew up around a lot of roaches. But you see what I'm saying? This have a psychological process on you. Then you growing up in the suburbs somewhere. You got dropped off at school. You didn't have to ride on the bus. All these different variations of your environment is what molds and shapes your personality. Your personality actually comes from your environment. Y'all get that? Just think about it. And this is how you know that culture shows and manifests through the body. If somebody walked in here right now with all red on, with their right pants leg pulled up, with a red rag hanging out their left pocket, they're a what? They're a gangbanger. Did they have to tell you that? No, because they express the environment through them, through their clothing. And that's why we have to change our clothes. They have to be more cultural. That way we can start speaking. I shouldn't have to open my mouth for you to know who I am. I bought me a beautiful garment too, an African garment. It just got messed up and all that, so I couldn't wear it. But I was going to be fly on here today, y'all. I was going to be real fly. Straight up. So my step might not be, I was going to be out, you know what I'm saying? So it might not be as cool today because I ain't got my African garment on. And showing you that clothes is psychological. Have you ever put on a button down or a suit and you just felt like money? Showing you that everything about you is spiritual and psychological because all that is matter is mind. Mind is what creates matter. The reason why you exist is because you, consciousness, you, mind, wanted to experience creation, so you created a body to do so. That's all we're doing. All right, let's keep going. Next slide. All right, now this shows you the hair follicle anatomy, and what I just wanted to show y'all is this right here. Y'all see the blood, the nerves, and y'all see that the nervous system is actually connected to the hair follicle, and then the hair comes out the epidermal layer of the skin and scan the environment. So I know this is going to hurt you, ladies, but what about y'all shaving? Shaving your legs, shaving your cooter mama, shaving everything, shaving your armpits. I even see some of y'all pick the hair out of y'all noses. Y'all ain't scanning nothing. Like, straight up. I'm just saying. If the Most High intended on y'all to shave all of y'all hair off y'all body parts, y'all would have been born with razor fingernails and y'all can just do this. For real, I mean, like when you start looking at creation and you start looking into nature to teach you, everything that you need, you was born with. You see that? Just like a hyena was born with canines to rip the meat off the bones. It was born with claws to rip the meat off, then the flesh off the bones. You weren't born with claws, you were born with fingernails. You was born with fingers to peel back fruits, to peel orange, to peel a banana. See that? You was born with regular teeth, but you can grind up your vegetables, for you can grind up your food. So based off your physiology, it shows you, and looking into nature, it shows you what you're supposed to be doing with your body parts. So according to body parts and being born with the ligaments and fingers and everything that we got, can you shave your hair off your body with just the things that you came into this earth with? So why in the hell are you shaving all the hair off your body when we finding out how important hair is? You got black men that actually think they don't even want to have sexual engagements if you ain't shaved. I got a 4-year-old baby. I don't want that to look like my 4-year-old baby. See what I'm saying? So we're even being taught how to look at sexuality. We're even being taught how to look at somebody and be attractive to them. You see a woman with hair on her legs, she manly. She too masculine. Why? Because she's going through her natural evolutionary process. See what I'm saying? So we got to really start redefining what health is. And health is nature. Nature is life, truth, classroom. Next slide. All right, sensory receptors in the skin. See that? And the one I want to talk about today, because this is off another one, I want to talk about the Merkle disc. The Merkle disc is some of the most powerful sensors in your skin. And these are all receivers, or what we call sensory receptors. Notice all the ones you got. Y'all can write these down, but I want to focus on this one for the time of this lecture. So write that down, Merkle's disc. This stuff really exists. Your skin is straight scanning the environment, and it's downloading information from its environment, and you acting it out. And you acting it out through the Merkle's disc. Let me know once y'all got that down. We'll switch to the next slide. Let me get my water. Either one. It don't matter, son. I'm thirsty. Let me know once y'all done. Ain't that crazy, though? You straight like you are a walking television. Y'all got that? Merkle's disc. I'm going to explain it in the next slide. I just need y'all to write it down. All right, so the Merkle's disc is actually a receptor that is in your skin, and a hair follicle sits on top of it. The hair scans the environment and gets the impression, whether it's temperature, or they call it a thermoreceptor, whether it's pressure from the environment, whether it's a fight or flight from the environment. It actually reads that code, it goes through an amino acid process, and then it tells the brain whether to grow in the environment, or it tells the brain whether to actually protect itself. So it's only two options that the cell is going to do once the skin actually scans the environment. It's either going to go through cellular reproduction or cellular growth or cellular protection. It cannot do them both. All right? Now, have you ever heard of fight or flight? That's what you call cellular protection. Can you grow while being in fight or flight? If you was running after a tiger or a lion or bear, is you worried about reproducing? Is you worried about how your clothes look? Is you worried about scoring an A on the test or not? Is you worried about growing? Is you worried about pituitary functioning? Hell no, you're trying to get away from the lion and tiger and bear. You in state of fight or flight. So guess what your body's going to do? It's going to produce something called cortisol. Cortisol is produced by the adrenal glands. The kidneys is going to release it into the bloodstream. It's going to constrict your blood vessels, and it's going to constrict all the extremities but what you need to run and fight with. So you're going to get a lot of blood in your legs, you're going to get a lot of blood in your hands and to your heart. So your heart rate speeds up. This is going to shoot your blood pressure up. This weakens the artery wall. If you are in a state of fight or flight for more than 5 years straight, guess what they call this? Heart disease. Or it's going to restrict your sugar. And then the sugar is going to sit inside the blood. The blood is going to, the sugar is going to then corrode the cells and it's going to need production of insulin. Guess what they call this? Diabetes. These are all stress-related diseases. All by you being in a state of what? Fight or flight. Because you are being put in a hostile environment. And you don't know it because you think you living a good life. You working a 9 to 5, you better off. You doing better than the ancestors. And you don't know your whole consciousness been hijacked. You've been made to think that this stuff is normal and it's not. You've been made to think that this stuff is normal. I just literally had to make myself cry looking at a black man get killed by another black man on Facebook. Because I went through and I watched it like 3 times and I have no emotion for it. And I'm like, man, I've been told this since, let me practice on crying. I need to make myself feel that. For real, we got to go through that. As men too. You see how we have been taught that it's nothing, our brother can just get killed right now. We'll march for one day and it's cool. Nobody have to pay for it. He get off court, ain't nobody going to get him. Let them been back in the slavery days. And everybody think that we had just passive aggressive slaves. No, we didn't. We had Nat Turner, Shaka Zulu, like we had some straight heavy hitters out here. You know what I'm saying? You came and got one of ours. We coming to get one of yours and we bringing ours back. Whether he dead or alive. We dead, we're going to give him a proper burial. We ain't hear nothing about we never seen him again. That hurt our spiritual culture. We're going to find ours so we can get his proper burial. Like, and that's where you start getting into the characteristics and the integrity of culture at. But you don't learn this if you don't have a culture. So when you don't have a culture and somebody creates your culture for you, they just look, it allows you to just go with whatever. And that's why they can say you have high blood pressure. Let me give you these blood pressure pills. Oh, you have diabetes, you insulin dependent. Let me put you on these doses of insulin and you just go with it. Then the medicine is what kills you. It ain't the diseases that's killing you. It's the medicine that they're putting you on. All right, Merkel's this. Let's go.